Okay, Asia session live. Currently looking at CHFJPY. CHFJPY got an alert earlier today. Session H4. We have trend momentum on CHFJPY. And just a few minutes ago, we have a possible trend retracement setup. So on CHFJPY and H4, we have a breakout bar that closed above previous week high. So weekly traders are currently in breakout. On the weekly here, I can see that 2 weeks ago we closed as a bullish breakout bar and price retraced and closed as an inside bar. So this week is an inside bar week. And usually when we have a breakout bar followed by an inside bar, I'm looking for a trend continuation setup. Breakout followed by inside. Want to see price come down, fake out the low, and then take it up. But instead of price coming down, faking out the low, it broke out above. So we are in breakout right now. I'm just looking for continuation back up to the highs over here, but it does look like we got stuck at this breakout level. We're breaking out of the day range high. So on the daily here, we have two opposite facing fake out bars, bearish fake out followed by bullish fake out. The peaks of those become the range, and this time frame continues to trade inside of a range until there's a breakout bar that closes outside of it. So I don't mind taking a buy from here since we are outside of that range, but there's always a risk that this range will continue to hold, and then I'll just get stuck while this stays inside of a range. But I don't mind what's happening right now. If we have momentum, bullish momentum, then I don't mind taking this. So what I'm looking for is a trend retracement setup. Whenever I see a breakout bar, I'm always looking for a trend retracement setup. That's the first setup that I'm looking for. We have higher time frame directional bias on the H4, breakout bar at a key level, and now let's see price retrace back to the breakout level, fake out the momentum time frame at the low of the H4, above the H4 breakout level, and then take this up to the H4 high and possibly higher than that. So I trade the H4 on the M3 execution time frame at the bottom there. H4 bar is traded on the M3. What I want to see is price retrace back to the H4 breakout level, fake out the momentum time frame, and then take it up to at least the H4 high and possibly higher than that. So right now price is coming down and we've triggered that H1 low, still a bit far away from here, but there are some levels above here, previous week high. This looks like it's probably better looking on the H2 rather than the H4. And the reason why I think that is because the breakout level is closer than the H4 one. So once it comes down and triggers that momentum time frame, then I'm looking for breakout alignment patterns. So we have 3 alignment patterns here, and I'm looking for either a reversal, continuation, or pullback pattern. First thing I do is I look at that H1 momentum time frame. Where's the breakout level? You can see it immediately right here. It's breaking out of a previous high. So this is a H1 breakout high, and then we've triggered that H1 low above that breakout level. So I know that I'm looking at a continuation pattern on the M3 here. My favorite patterns are reversals because they only happen at swing points, but I don't mind trading these ones. But there's just a possibility that it's not going to continue. I'd rather see this one. So the only way that this can happen is if the H1 in 3 minutes closes in breakout. If this closes in bearish breakout, this breakout level will get pushed up. And then this is where I could find that reversal pattern. So not going to take any trades here. Going to wait for 1.5 minutes. See if this closes in bearish breakout, and then I'd be looking for a reversal from down here. And same thing over here. On the H2, the breakout level of the M30 is up high. So this is breaking out of a high, the M30 breakout high. And then we're getting below it. So this is a pullback pattern. This one right here, breaking out of a high, and then we're coming down, faking out the low below that breakout level. And so the safer entries for either of all these patterns are the ones in black here, these entries in black. And so I do want to see price get above that M30 breakout level to take it on the M2, which is why I would prefer in 1 minute, hopefully this closes in bearish breakout. This pushes it down, and then I could find a reversal from down here. And it looks like it is getting stuck at the next breakout level here. And so this would be a nice place to be looking for a buy. So that's what I'm waiting for at the moment. And let's see if this plays out. Range on the M15, if this closes in breakout, this will get taken out and would be a nice time to be looking for a reversal. All right, so H1 closed bearish breakout. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Next thing I want to see is rejection of the low. If I get a rejection here, then I'm looking for a false breakout move. So hopefully this does push down a bit. I just want to see it reject the move down and then get in on the flip. So all of these look pretty good here. H1 closed bearish breakout. So this would be a trend reversal. So a bunch of different setups here. And it's always nice to see when they're all setting up. We have a bullish directional bias here, higher time frame directional bias, and then we have a bearish breakout bar. So I'm looking for a reversal from the bottom to take it back up. And that's what I'm looking for on the M1. On the M2, we have a bullish breakout followed by a bearish breakout, and we're above the breakout level. So this is a trend continuation, bullish breakout followed by bearish fake out, bullish breakout followed by bearish fake out, looking for price to come down, looking at pullback patterns down here. And then on the H4, I'm looking for a trend retracement. So this is very common when you're looking for trend retracements. This is the reason why I look at this one the most, because if you find this one very often on the lower time frames, you're going to find one of these other setups. And so there's a lot of confluence here taking this up. And all the momentum time frame levels are all exactly in the same area, almost. So I don't mind this at all. Okay, so we've triggered that low, so I don't need this anymore. And now, final thing that I need is for price to flip that breakout level, and all of them are going to give me a false breakout entry if it plays out. So this pattern right here, false breakout, getting above the breakout level. And on the big chart, we have the breakout. We faked out the low. That's reversing that breakout. It's a breakout reversal. First sign of a reversal, but it's not confirmed until we get above that breakout level. So at this point, I can actually drop down to lower time frames and see if we can get a reversal. Since we've triggered that M15, I can drop down to the 15 seconds and trade that M15 bar. And then I could look for an early reversal here. We have higher time frame bullish trend, and we have a bearish M15 breakout bar. So the earliest I can get in is above here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just as an example. It's Monday, so I don't need to be so aggressive. I'm just going to trade this more cautiously. But the whole idea is that the market is fractal. All my setups work exactly the same on every single time frame. So you just need to learn how to trade one time frame, and you automatically know how to trade them all. And you can drop down as low as you want. And usually it depends on if I'm busy or not. If I'm not busy, then I'll usually do that if I'm sitting and watching. But otherwise, I prefer just setting alerts and walking away. But these days, I've been working on the course, sitting in front of the computer a lot. So I've been scalping more often. Okay, so waiting until one of these bars closes above. Don't like this range here, but if we do fake it out and come back in, I would expect price to get up to at least this range high, and hopefully we do break out. But everything looks good. That M15 range got taken out. Let's see, new H4, still plenty of time here, and there is a decent chance that this will continue on up. So definitely want to get in on this. Okay, we're pushing on through here. This is going to be the entry if it closes above. It's false breakout entry. Okay, looks good. indicator lets me know exactly which bar I should be looking at. So this is the breakout reversal. Okay, got in there. That was a 10-second closure above peaks. Stop loss at the low. And first trade of the week, I want to take it up to at least that H8, H1 high. So the setup on the H1 is a trend reversal. Trend reversal, I want to take it up to the high. So we're above the breakout level. And so I want to take it up to that next H1 high. On the, what was that one? H2. This is a trend continuation. I want to take it up to that fake out level. So the fake out level would be just a little bit above. And then on the M3 is a trend retracement. Trend retracements, I want to take it back up to the high, which is right there, and possibly higher than that as well. So the whole idea with trend retracement is that we have higher time frames pushing in one direction, and then I would expect this to continue on. And so couldn't hold it all the way up here if I want, but since it is Monday, I'm just going to take a little bit and call it a day, call it a session if it gets all the way up. And that's it. All right, this move got taken out, and now I'm just going to look for the same entry again. Nothing has changed for me. I'm just waiting for price to come up, and hopefully I get another entry here. Okay, H1 bar just closed. And so new breakout level got pushed down. And so same thing, I'm looking for the exact same thing. Want to see rejection of the low. And then if price can get above that level, then I'd be looking for a buy. Right now we are faking out the previous week high and previous day high. That's not a good sign. So I do want to see price get back above before looking to take an entry on these ones. And if price doesn't get all the way down, then I can get in above that M30 high. That lets me know that the M30 is breaking out, and then I could take that breakout. Okay, we're pushing down further, and this is the part where I get concerned about the range. As I said before, these breakouts very often will get stuck. This sort of trade would be safer if there's a breakout bar that takes out that range first. Didn't mind since we did have a nice breakout and we did have momentum. There was that M5 range I think I identified over here that was a little bit concerning, but yeah, ended up not breaking out of that, and it's now coming down further. Now it's below previous week high, below previous day high. If this H1 bar closes, or H4 bar in 45 minutes, if it closes below this range, then I'm not going to be looking for buys unless we get a one of these H1 bars close back up above previous week high. So I don't think I'll be looking at this one, and let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so I think I'm done with this trade. Not going to look for anything until the next H4. If it sets up again, I'll probably do a different video. But okay, so that's first loss of the week. Never like to start off the week with a loss, but can't be helped sometimes. Okay, so done with this one.